Welcome back to another episode of Matter of Fact. I'm Tommy here with Rob per usual, and today we're going to discuss something that's disgusting. All you Trumpers, all you MAGA men, he's not in the deep state. He's not one of them. He's different. He is different. He's throwing a fucking UFC party at the fucking White House. Make sure y'all go watch our video about that. But one thing he didn't disprove, because up to this point I believed him. I believed that Epstein, he wasn't friends with Epstein. He just had a few pictures with that nigga. But now I don't know. Now maybe he did go to that island. The FBI has came out and said, man, there wasn't shit on Epstein for real. That nigga, he didn't really do nothing for real. Crazy. Or something more or less. Let's see. But what do you think about, bro, before we even get into the video? Dude, they think you stupid.
Yeah, exactly. They think we're stupid, you know what I mean? Out of all the stuff that we've already heard and know, and then to go around and kind of be like, no, there's nothing there, just does not make sense. But the fact is that he was a billionaire, and you know who he's hanging out with? Other billionaires. Billionaires cannot get associated with this. Billionaires cannot get in trouble. They have too much money for that.
Bro, this is like actually crazy. And it's like, alright, so officially Trump didn't say no yet. It's the FBI saying that there's no client list, no murder, whatever. But
those are Trump's people.
Yeah, that's the niggas he appointed. So like, this shit is like probably the worst thing that's ever happened in America. So let's just watch this. This shit is crazy, bro.
For real. No, it's a shame that this is how this is. We just have to.
How it ends up, like. We all know that shit really happened, and
well, folks, it's official. The FBI has wrapped it all up for us, put a nice little bow on the whole thing, and declared there is no Epstein client list. Doesn't exist, never did, so stop asking. And if you think otherwise, you must be some sort of conspiracy theorist. The type that believes powerful men don't kill themselves in federal custody while under 24-hour surveillance. Crazy talk. And just like that, the Department of Justice wants to slam the door shut on what may be the biggest blackmail operation in modern history. Case closed. Epstein was a lone pervert. Ghislaine was just his quirky assistant. The cameras failed. The guards fell asleep. And all of those billionaires, politicians, and intelligence operatives who flew on the Lolita Express, yeah, don't worry about them. Totally unrelated. They think we're idiots. They think if they repeat, he killed himself enough times, we'll forget the obvious, that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligence asset, likely Mossad, connected, running a honeypot operation to trap some of the most powerful people on the planet. And now the same agencies that helped cover it up are pretending to investigate themselves, and wouldn't you know it, they've cleared themselves of all wrongdoing. Imagine.
She calls it out just like it is.
Yeah, bro. I don't got no critique of what she just said.
Kimmy Iverson, I give you credit there.
Yeah, I'm just like, but the way she just laid it out, like, she really just went in and kind of really exposed everything of, like, how they really think we're dumb as shit.
Yeah, it's just all
like, yeah, it was just dumb too. Like, bro, that shit's crazy.
All coincidence, right? They're all just the super most powerful people in the world. Just coincidence, nothing's wrong there. Though that they went to this island, he's just a lone pervert, right? And his quirky assistant, just like she said, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on.
So let me read to you part of this very laughable FBI letter so you can hear for yourself just how stupid they think we are. And then I'm going to show you some of the footage that they released to try to convince us. Spoiler alert, it raises more questions than it answers. So here's the letter that they released today. They said, or maybe it was yesterday, but either way, whatever. We're idiots, right? Because they think we're going to believe this. As part of our commitment to transparency, the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigations have conducted an exhaustive review of investigative holdings related to Jeffrey Epstein. To ensure that the review was thorough, the FBI conducted digital searches of its databases, hard drives, and network drives, as well as physical searches of squad areas, locked cabinets, desks, closets, and other areas where responsive material may have been stored. Except you didn't check Israel, did ya? No, you just forgot that one, didn't ya? Right. Okay. So they said
Now you like this shit, huh?
Hey man, it's the truth. You like the truth? I don't know. What are you talking about, Tommy?
I like. I'm just saying, like. I feel like you like some parts a little more than others. You know what I'm saying? She's a real American. I'll give her that. Yeah. I love her.
And first of all, Jeffrey Epstein is Jewish. That's a fact. He is a Jewish person. So,
but is he from Israel?
Israel is a made-up state that existed for like 50 years, right? You know, so I don't know. Did he visit there? No one's officially from Israel. Maybe some people now are born there, but you know what I mean. But not nobody his age. Nobody his age is from Israel. You can't be.
He like how old is he?
He would have been like 60 something, I guess.
Oh, he older than Israel.
He's older than Israel.
So he's the part of the founding fathers of Israel.
He might be, yeah, but he couldn't have been from Israel. He's not old enough for that.
He is Israel.
He's too old for that.
He is Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, but yeah, no, he's probably like she said, he's probably working for them. You know what I mean? Especially for all this to get the cover up and like, you know what I mean? Like, what was he getting that information for? I don't know.
What's up with that war?
The Israel war?
Yeah.
Which one? Iran?
Yeah, is that still going on?
They're still doing stuff. Israel's bombing all kinds of countries, dude. They're all over the place. They were bombing Lebanon again, still bombing Gaza. You can't even keep track.
Yeah, I mean, shit. All right, okay.
which has uncovered a significant amount of material, including more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence. But it wasn't the incriminating evidence we need because all of that's in Israel. So, you know,
Israel,
of course, we didn't check that. Goes on to say, this systemic review revealed no incriminating client list. There was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions.
Of course not.
We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties.
More suspicious.
Consistent with prior disclosures, this review confirmed that Epstein harmed over 1,000 victims. Each suffered unique trauma. Sensitive information relating to these victims is intertwined throughout the materials. Okay, so he was just a lone pervert, victimizing thousands of girls, even though the girls said that they were trafficked out to all of these powerful politicians, royalty, and world leaders. But never mind any of that. Epstein was just a lone pervert with Ghislaine Maxwell. Goes on to say, after a thorough investigation, FBI investigators concluded that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City on August 10th, 2019. This conclusion is consistent with previous findings, including the August 19th, 2019 autopsy findings of the New York City Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, the November 2019 position of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York in connection with the investigation of federal correctional officers responsible for guarding Epstein, and the June 2023 conclusions of the DOJ's Office of the Inspector General.
We got it.
The conclusion that Epstein died by suicide is further supported by video footage from the common area of the special housing unit where Epstein was housed at the time of his death. As DOJ's Inspector General explained in 2023, anyone entering or attempting to enter the tier where Epstein's cell was located from the SHU common area would have been captured by this footage. The FBI's independent review of this footage confirmed that from the time Epstein was locked in his cell around 10:40 p.m. on August 9th, 2019, until around 6:30 a.m. the next morning, nobody entered any of the tiers in the SHU. During this review, the FBI enhanced the relative footage by increasing its contrast, balancing the color, and improving its sharpness for greater clarity and viewability. The full raw and enhanced videos are available at the following links. And then they did post links, and let me show you the footage that they released. So this is some of the footage. They released, it's like 11 hours long or something ridiculous. But it basically is just footage that looks like this. So I'm just kind of showing you that what this looks like. Now, it is unclear. None of this is of Jeffrey Epstein's cell. This guy is entering a hallway where there are cells that are, there's like 6 cells beyond this door in a hallway. And I don't know if that's the hallway where Epstein was housed. But here's the other thing. People have actually been examining all 11 or so, however many hours of footage that they have. And this is the type of stuff that they're finding. This is actually spliced. Now look at this. You can see from, let's just go and let me just kind of try to slow this down for you. Okay, look at the timestamp on this. 11:58. Let me go full. Let me just show you the full screen here. Let me get rid of that lower third for you so you can see the whole thing. So here it is. You could see a whole minute is missing on this. And they're like, we didn't edit any of this, guys. We didn't edit any of this. Oh, but suddenly a whole minute is missing from 11:58, so 11:59 to suddenly 12. You know, an entire minute, and not only that, but you see these like kind of editing tools up in the upper right-hand corner. Do you see?
Yeah, they said they edited it.
Sliver of a white box. Those are like editing tools there.
What happened during that?
Some idiot forgot to totally crop out of the frame. So clearly, this is not unedited footage, because how could a minute go completely missing? Now they might have some sort of an explanation for that, right?
The camera
they might say, well, you know, actually the cameras. It's just a natural cycle of the cameras. They kind of stop filming for a minute or something. But
yeah, dude. Obviously, it's suspicious. I mean, like I said, the fact that in their little letter, it's like, well, we have to address all of the suspicious things that we did. You know, why would you even address those things that, you know, are obviously just made up unless, you know, nobody, if there was no evidence about that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it just seems weird to say that they found a client list, but what was the client list? What were they clients of then? You know, they were all did they all have financial dealings with him? They would have evidence of that, and if they weren't, then what kind of client?
It was a client, bro.
Yeah, obviously it's sketchy shit. You know, if you have $1 billion,
their accountant, my nigga.
You will not ever be arrested if you have $1 billion unless you.
Diddy was just arrested, bro. Watch our video on that. Diddy was just arrested. Trump was charged.
You get a little bit.
Trump was charged.
But you're not in jail. You get out.
President.
He's the president now, right? Diddy ain't going to get nothing. He's going to get time served. And he should have probably got way more.
And he should become president.
You know, and he might be.
Why not?
We have a UFC event at the White House. And then we have baby oil wrestling at the White House with Diddy.
With women?
Diddy likes all that shit. Yo, it's gonna be a whole card of nastiness, bro.
You gonna buy that pay-per-view?
I'm good on that one. But that's what our world's coming to. President Diddy with
what they got
at the White House.
Like A-list celebrities like Beyonce, Rihanna, fucking I don't know. Who your top 5 celebrities?
I'm not even going to say, because if Diddy was ever elected president and that was I would leave the country. I would leave the country. I don't care if I could see it. I wouldn't want to watch it. I would consider it the end. If there's no fire,
where would you go?
Burning anyway. There's a lot of cool countries out there.
You're just out. You don't even know.
Yeah, I don't even know yet, but I'll figure it out.
That nigga gonna sell all his shit and just be like, alright.
Dude, if we start electing, like, you know, like the winner of Love Island or something like that as like the next president or some goofy shit.
Would you rather Diddy or Epstein be president?
No, Epstein's dead, so it's got to be Diddy. That's not.
No. I'm saying like
who would the choices really be?
Alright, fuck. Who's a freaky nigga?
None gonna beat them two. That's top 2 right there. They're fighting for the crown.
Fuck. Oh shit.
Right. What makes us believe that just because they've released this footage, oh, we're just supposed to trust you? Right. There was no client list. Epstein and Ghislaine just, were lone perverts, just abusing thousands of girls. And even though those girls mention all these powerful people, there's nothing to see here. And yeah, he killed himself, totally killed himself. I mean, they just want us to believe they want us to, they believe that we're totally and completely stupid, and they want us to believe that, they've told us the truth completely. I want to play some videos for you, just as a reminder of what was said up to this point, because suddenly, they're saying, oh, there's nothing to see here. Oh, really? Well, what about this? What happened here?
James Palmer said yesterday that all the Epstein files are missing. They still haven't from you.
No, the FBI, they're reviewing, there are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going through that. I haven't seen that statement, but I'll call him later and find out.
Okay, so they're just going to get all these victims for us, but there's no client list. And here's Dan Bongino, if you remember this one.
Tens of thousands of
Israel,
videos,
defense of Israel, that's my
just
number
him
one
and
passion.
Who makes you laugh the most?
Oh, you, gosh, you make me laugh.
What is the one thing you need to have in your fridge at all times?
Lenny and Larry's protein cookies.
What causes dear to your heart?
Causes dear to my Israel, defense of Israel.
What is number one on your bucket list?
To go to Israel, of course, and to defend Israel at all costs, of course. Here's one of the victims speaking out about the whole thing.
I have spent the last 17 years in my own prison for what she, Jeffrey, and all the co-conspirators did to me. I was raped repeatedly. I was raped 3 times a day sometimes. And I was not the only girl on that island. There was a constant stream of girls being raped over and over and over again.
Right here.
And yes,
If these people, there's all these girls, they need to come out and say the shit.
Yeah, bro, like,
And
fuck
play-
an NDA at that point.
And they're co-conspirators.
Like,
Bitch,
bro,
what
just say their names at
He's
that
dead.
point.
He's
Yeah.
dead. There ain't no NDA. If especially if the government's fucking doing that, just be like, yo, no, it was this dude. Just drop a couple names, and that's all it takes.
Nah, because they just gonna kill her.
Just gotta take one for the team, then, bro. There's hundreds of these girls out there that can do that, and if a couple of them do, like, you can't just go killing them all. You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
will.
If no, let's say if 3 of them at least start coming through, and all 3 die, then that's even
Bro,
bigger. That's
even
a
happened.
bigger conspiracy.
That's already happened.
Then it's gonna be that's the next final destination.
But that's already
It's like-
that happens
it's like,
right
I went to
now.
Epstein Island. I'm gonna die. I told on him.
Nah, to be
Final-
real,
that's their final destination.
it's gonna have to be
Epstein Island.
100 of them hoes coming out. Well, I'm not gonna call them hoes. That's crazy. But 100 of the victims coming out, and
Because you just drop a couple big names and act like if they're co-conspirators, if these are the people that we're thinking they are, you know who they are. You know what I mean?
who you
would
think
know
it is?
some of their
Who you
names.
think it is?
I think. Like,
Name one person you think.
Well, the one guy is like Prince Charles, dude. Like the Prince of Wales or whatever the fuck he was. Like it's like that's a pretty big person. So I'm sure there's some other people.
Prince.
I'm pretty sure there's some other people getting into this stuff. It wasn't just him that he found. You know?
You think Kanye was there?
I think Kanye would do his own thing, like Diddy.
Yeah, I don't think
He's a
he was there.
competitor.
I feel like I feel like he would. I feel like he would be on like some Diddy type shit. I don't think Kanye would be
He's a
on some
competitor.
Epstein shit. I don't think he's into children.
die in prison because I've been in hell and back for the last 17 years.
Man, that's fucked up.
I was 10 years old
She was 10.
when Liz Stein was being trafficked. I was 10. That is how long the sex trafficking ring has been going on.
Okay, so I want to spend some time going over why most of us think Epstein and his Peter Island was actually a Mossad blackmail operation, okay? So we haven't made this up in our minds. There isn't nothing to see here. Let's just move on. No, this was actually a Mossad blackmail operation, and they're now covering for it. They don't want to ask Israel. They don't want to expose Israel. They all pledge allegiance to Israel. So let's start off with Robert Maxwell. This is Ghislaine's father. To the public, he was a British media mogul, owner of the Daily Mirror, a flashy, ruthless businessman with political power. But behind the scenes, Robert Maxwell was almost certainly an intelligence asset.
I mean, she
and
still
all
look-
signs point to
Bro,
Mossad. Former
she
Israeli
look bad,
intelligence
bro.
officer Ari Ben Menashe stated that Maxwell was
they do?
actively running disinformation and espionage operations for Israel throughout Europe. MI6 sources later corroborated this. Maxwell had ties not just to Mossad, but also to the KGB and possibly MI6 itself. But it gets darker. In the mid-1980s, Maxwell played a key role in helping distribute a piece of Israeli spyware called Promise. What was Promise? Well, it was a sophisticated tracking software originally developed by a U.S. company to monitor criminal cases. But Mossad, with the help of Jonathan Pollard, stole it, modified it with a back door, and then used Robert Maxwell to distribute it to governments around the world. And Maxwell reportedly sold Promise to multiple countries, including U.S. allies, allowing Israeli intelligence to secretly access classified data from foreign intelligence agencies, law enforcement, and even militaries. That's...
Alright, so you mean to tell me that this nigga's wife is partner in crime, right?
So
That's that's what I said. His wife's father was the king of doing, secret agent shit. Who knows if he was a freak pedophile too? But at least secret agent, very crazy Mossad putting Israel on shit. Her father. And okay. I mean,
and then she probably got Jeffrey, who came from like nothing to have access to billions of dollars and access to billionaires and things.
Oh yeah, made that nigga do it. I mean? She really probably the mastermind.
She's probably part of it. Her dad probably set it all up, and then she.
The pedophile shit.
No, just like
I think she's the mastermind of it all.
No, her dad was, but he's.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like
she was a connect.
She's the mastermind of. You feel me? Like
I think
she's like the Godfather type shit, she's the person. Yeah. She's like who we think Jeffrey Epstein is.
She's probably definitely the connect, but I think Jeffrey like found it, and then he's like, "Yo, this is definitely my thing," because he was the freak, so he got it all, did there, and was a natural in that environment to just do what he did,
Yeah. He looked like a freaky nigga.
Yeah, he definitely was. You know what I mean? I don't think she could have it like that. Like I need thousands.
No, she just looks evil, bro. She don't. She don't even look like she freaky. Like she just evil. Like Epstein. He just looked like he a freaky weird ass nigga that like kids. She looked like the type that just wanna abuse kids because she like doing evil shit.
Yeah, like
you feel me?
Cruella DeVille type shit.
You feel me? Like
with that necklace on.
Oh my gosh! Let's keep going.
Theory that's been confirmed in multiple investigations, including by former CIA operatives and congressional staffers. So to recap, Robert Maxwell helped Mossad spy on the entire planet, and then came the betrayal of Mordecai Vanunu. Vanunu was the Israeli nuclear technician who exposed Israel's secret nuclear weapons program in 1986. Yeah, he's the one who blew the whistle on the whole thing. That whole weapons program, the nuclear weapons program they supposedly don't have. Well, guess who reportedly tipped off Mossad and helped set up Vanunu's kidnapping in Rome? That's right, Robert Maxwell. After the leak, Vanunu was drugged, abducted by Mossad, and smuggled to Israel in a shipping container. He then spent 18 years in prison, most of it in solitary. That's the price for exposing the truth. Now fast forward to 1991, Robert Maxwell falls off of his yacht titled the Lady Ghislaine, and he drowns in the Atlantic. The official cause of death was accidental. They said maybe it was a heart attack, maybe it was a stroke, maybe he fell, maybe all three. But behind closed doors, sources from MI6 and Mossad both suggested he was eliminated, either because he became a liability or because the theory is that he maybe threatened to reveal details about Mossad's promise operation and blackmail activities for money because he was deeply in debt. But either way, what happened after his death is what matters. He was given a full state funeral in Israel, buried on the Mount of Olives, one of the holiest Jewish sites, attended by 6 Mossad chiefs, top Israeli brass, and the prime minister. So let me ask you something. What kind of newspaper tycoon gets a spy's burial in Israel? Yeah, exactly. Robert Maxwell wasn't just rich or powerful. He was part of an intelligence network that ran deep, and he died when he became disposable. Now let's fast forward to the daughter, Ghislaine Maxwell, the youngest of Robert Maxwell's 9 children, and by many accounts his favorite.
Bro, she
and almost
like
immediately
80.
after her father's mysterious death in 1991, after he fell off his yacht under a cloud of financial scandal and spy intrigue, Ghislaine packs up and moves to New York City. No job, no business experience, no explanation for how she affords her lifestyle. But somehow, almost overnight, she's embedded at the highest levels of Manhattan's elite. She's partying with billionaires, socialites, Ivy League royalty, and eventually she partners with one man in particular, Jeffrey Epstein. Now here's what we do know about Ghislaine. She wasn't just Epstein's girlfriend. She wasn't just arm candy. She was the logistics manager, the recruiter, the scheduler. She's the one who groomed underage girls and funneled them directly to Epstein and sometimes reportedly to his friends. That's not speculation. That's confirmed by dozens of victim testimonies.
Bro, that's what I mean. She's the mastermind. Like, they keep saying, like, yeah, she was the one that just was his assistant doing it all for him and putting him in these places. When in reality, he was just the front man and she's the one getting the dirt on all these other people by using him as this fucking mule, as this mogul, as this Trojan horse for everybody to put their attention on him. Because think about it. Niggas are like, Epstein's dead. Oh my gosh, she's dead. That bitch is alive and she's the one who had all the information.
Well, they both did. They both had the information, you know.
But
so,
she's the scheduler. She's like the person. The best person to get is the assistant. That bitch got all the information, got all the receipts.
She just gets to be chilling, like, in some type of mansion with security right now, and that's it. It's like, it's crazy, you know what I mean? It's obvious, like, all right, she's retired Mossad spy right now, and you know, that's, you know. I think she's right. I think Kimmy Iverson, whatever, she's got it down. She got the facts.
I'm gonna make a movie out of her, out of Jelaine.
Yeah,
because like she probably is the one who eliminated her father for Israel. She's like, think about it. They were just gonna eliminate him, right? She's like, no, let me do it. I'll do it.
Let me prove myself.
I'll take it over. Yeah, exactly. Give him the burial of burials. You feel me? Respect his name. Don't ever fucking try and act like he didn't do what he did.
Set me out for life.
See?
Yeah, no doubt, dude. And she did. She got right in line. You know, she knew what was going on, and they probably already knew she was in on it. You know, obviously, if he was that high in the shit, she was probably in from a young age too. Needed trusted people. But no, it's just crazy. It just shows you the level of corruption in our country, in the world. You know, so don't think. Just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? If you got money, you live in a different world. So if you don't got money, you live in the real world.
But what is the real world? That's where like you really.
I say it's the real. It's the real world for the majority of motherfuckers type world. You know
okay, yeah, that's facts.
That's the real world.
Yeah, like, that's the real.
They live in a different world that we don't have access to type of shit.
Yeah. But some would argue on a philosophical level, they're living in the real world because they're not being held down by all these laws and shit. They're doing really whatever the fuck they want, and that's why they can go to these dark ends and be like, fuck it. What can I do? Let me drink kids' blood. Yeah. Like, what can I, like, why? I've done everything. I've been everywhere.
I think it's been proven.
You feel me?
That money is the most powerful thing in the world, you know, and as long as you have enough money, you can pretty much do whatever you want in a lot of senses, you know what I mean? You can't be like, but, like, you want to have sex with all these girls, you can do that shit, you know what I mean? He did it for 30 years. You know, he could have been a little more smart about it, you know, maybe not put your home base in the U.S., maybe somewhere where you can get away with a little more shit, but whatever.
I mean, he had an island.
He had an island, you know, but he needed to chill there more, I think, and then recruit from somewhere else other than the U.S.
It took him too long to build it.
Nah, but because
he got arrested for the same shit. He was charged,
but then he still was doing it after that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's when they were like, "Yo, nigga, if you gonna do this, get a fucking island."
But he still did it.
They gave him the brochure, nigga. This is
right here. We bought this street, bro. Just do it there.
Fuck.
But he couldn't help himself, and he still did it in like New Mexico and Miami anyway. So that's what ended up in his downfall. It's like, bro, you can't help yourself. But if he could you imagine if he would have recruited from like South American countries, Asian countries, gets girls from there?
Yeah, why you getting American?
They're not gonna have the
how they gonna figure out
exactly?
They gonna miss it all the time, and that's where they say when they say 1,000 people or 1,000 victims, who knows? It might be 100,000. Cause think about the Clinton Foundation when they went in places like Haiti and all these places. And they are on these lists and shit. And kids was just started missing. Fuck you. Fuck Haiti can do. They just got hit by a hurricane. They can't do shit.
Sacrificing them.
Yeah, so like, it really get deep. You feel me? That's where we about to cut it off for this video with the conspiracy talk. But let us know what y'all think. Let us know if y'all want us to get more deeper into conspiracies. We'll link Miss Kimmy Iverson's video below if you want to watch the full video. But damn, bro, It's crazy. This is the world that we live in, whether we want to say they're living in the real world, we're living in the real world. Those are the people controlling the world that we're living in. So it is important, a lot more important than fucking Trump and the Democrats, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the real world. Whoever's controlling this sort of thing is that's real power right there. So, but you'll never know. Nobody's doing it. Nothing to see here, folks.
And that
let us know if you believe it.
Is a matter of fucking fact. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.